Hi, friends. Okay, so this week we've been talking all about everything multicultural and different countries and where people are from and where their parents are from and where their grandparents are from. And we're talking about how even though everyone is very different, we're all from different places, we're all from different families, we're really just all people. And we all just want to get along and have peace and equality. So, what I want to talk about today goes along with that. On Sunday is a holiday called Flag Day, okay? And it celebrates our country's flag, the United States of America. And the United States of America, our flag looks something like this. Don't mind my mess over here, but it has 50 white stars on a blue background, and the 50 white stars are for all of our 50 states in the United States of America, and then it has red and white stripes. So this is the flag of the United States of America, and on Sunday, we celebrate Flag Day, and people will fly their flags, and you'll see them around the neighborhood. But I want to talk about some other flags from some other places today. So what I'm going to do is read this great book called Everybody Cooks Rice. I love to eat rice. It is delicious. And I'll tell you what, every culture, every country, no matter where you're from, you eat rice. This story has a bunch of different countries in it, and I am going to show you, as we talk about those countries, I'm going to show you their flags. So we have a bunch. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And all those countries are going to be in the story. Now, let's get started with Everybody Cooks Rice. I'm getting hungry for rice. Everybody Cooks Rice by Nora Dooley. My stomach was grumbling. Mom was cooking dinner, and I couldn't wait to sit down and eat. Carrie, will you go out and find Anthony? Dinner is almost ready. Mom is always asking me to look for Anthony. He's my little brother, and he's such a moocher. If he's not playing ball or hopscotch, he's at a neighbor's house tasting their dinner. So, I walked outside and looked up and down the street. I couldn't see Anthony everywhere, so I went over to Mrs. Darlington's house. Anthony and I call her Mrs. D. She's our next-door neighbor. Mr. and Mrs. D are from Barbados. It was Thursday, so their grandchildren, Sean and Stephanie, were having their favorite dinner, black-eyed peas and rice. At the front door, I could smell the fried onions and bacon. It made my mouth water. I ate a small cup of rice and black-eyed peas while Mr. D told stories about Barbados. People swim there and go fishing, even in December. Suddenly I remembered I was supposed to be looking for Anthony, so I asked if anyone had seen him. Sean said he'd seen Anthony going into the Diaz's house, so I went there next. Okay, so that family was from Barbados, and this is the flag of Barbados. When I walked into the kitchen, my friend Fendra Diaz and her little brother Tito were cooking dinner because their mom was working late. Tito was telling Fendra that she uses too much spice, and Fendra said Tito was checking the pot too often, so the rice and pigeon peas would never cook. Their teenage brother Jose told them to pipe down. He wanted to watch TV. I looked in the pot to see what was cooking. The rice was bright yellow. Fendra told me that her grandmother in Puerto Rico had taught her how to cook with turmeric. Turmeric makes the rice yellow. Tito gave me a taste with the spoon, and boy, was it delicious. Then I asked if anyone had seen Anthony. Fendra said Anthony had been there to taste their dinner, but had left to visit his friend Dong. So I went across the street to Dong's house. Dong Tran came from Vietnam. Oh, I'm sorry. So this country, this family is from Puerto Rico. I'm sorry. This family is from Puerto Rico. Now, technically, Puerto Rico is part of the United States of America, but they have their own flag. So here is the flag of Puerto Rico. See, it looks a little bit like the United States flag. Okay, now we can go to Dong Tran's house. So, Dong Tran came from Vietnam 5 years ago with his whole family, aunts, uncles, cousins, and all. Dong's older sister Tam answered the door. Mr. and Mrs. Tran work late every day, so everyone else takes turns making dinner. It was Tam's turn to cook. She was busy making the garlicky, fishy sauce. She let me try it on some rice. It was sweet and salty and sour. It tasted interesting. Later, when Mrs. Tran gets home, she'll make fried rice with peas. Then, when Mr. Tran gets home, everyone will sit down and eat together. When I asked if anyone had seen my brother, Dong said Anthony had been helping Mrs. Hua and Mei Li with their groceries. The Huas live on the corner, so I started to walk up the street. So this is the flag of Vietnam. Just a red flag with a yellow star. I've noticed that a lot of the flags have stars, don't they? The United States, Vietnam, and Puerto Rico. Let's see what happens at the Hua's house. Carrie, wait up, someone called. It was my friend Rajit. He was carrying 3 round metal boxes all clipped together. Something inside smelled delicious, so I asked him what it was. Rajit said his parents were working at their video and gift shop, so he was bringing them leftovers in a carrier. There was a big party at the Krishna's house last weekend, so Rajit's mother cooked a fancy, colorful Indian dish called biryani. It's made with peas, cashews, raisins, lots of spices, and a special kind of rice called basmati rice. I had tasted biryani at Rajit's house the last time I went out looking for Anthony. When I told Rajit that I was looking for my brother again, he said Anthony and Mei Li were blowing bubbles out a window of the Hua's house. So, now this is the flag of India, where Rajit and his family are from. I wonder if we're ever going to find Anthony. The Huas came from China a year ago. Mrs. Hua is just learning to speak English. We smile at each other a lot. Mrs. Hua was steaming rice for her family and the boarder who lives in the back room. She was also making tofu and vegetables in the wok. That's a big pan with a round bottom. Mrs. Hua always makes me sit down and eat something when I come over. So here is the flag of China, stars again, and another country where they eat rice. Everyone at the Hua's house uses chopsticks. Mei Li, who's only 3.5, can even pick up a single grain of rice with her chopsticks. She laughs at me when I try using them and drop some vegetables. She said Anthony was bye-bye, so I decided to try our neighbors, the Blues. Boy. Okay, so now she's at the Blues house. The Blues are from Haiti. Their cat just had kittens, so Anthony wanders over there a lot. Mrs. Blue teaches English at the community center. We get to call her Madame Blue. Madame Blue speaks 3 languages: French, English, and Creole. When I walked in, Madame Blue was making a Creole-style Haitian dinner. It had hot peppers, chives, red beans, and you guessed it, rice. Monsieur Blue works 2 jobs, so he wouldn't get home till late. Madame Blue says the pot will stay on the stove and the rice will get tastier and spicier. Okay, so the Blue family is from Haiti, and this is the flag of Haiti. Not exactly. Okay, lots of different flags, different colors, different meanings. Adeline and Jean-Marie Blue came home for dinner on their break from their after-school jobs at the grocery store. They helped themselves to bowls of rice and beans from the pot and gave some to me. I thought my mouth was on fire. Jean-Marie teased me when I gulped some water. It was getting late and I still hadn't found Anthony. Adeline said she had seen him with a kitten in his arms, climbing the fence to our yard. I said thanks and au revoir, that's goodbye in French, and hurried home. When I walked into the house, Anthony was showing the kitten to our baby sister Anna. He was explaining to Mom that he was only borrowing the kitten. Mom was putting dinner on the table. Her mother, from northern Italy, taught our grandmother, who taught Mom how to cook rice with green peas. Mom puts butter, grated cheese, and some nutmeg on it. It smelled so good, but my stomach wasn't grumbling anymore. I told Mom that I was too full to eat. Anthony said he wanted to eat his dinner, even though he was full, because he loves rice. And that afternoon, he found out that everybody cooks rice. And this book even has all the recipes of the dishes that the people were cooking in the book. So we found out that you can be from Vietnam, from China, from India, from Puerto Rico, from the United States, from Haiti, from Barbados, from Italy, and I know, Mr. Andonios, that Greek food often has rice too. So, that's interesting. All these different places, different cultures, and we all enjoy some rice. We are going to do our craft. Next video, we're going to make our very own flags.